Hey everybody, what's going on? Robert French here, back at you. Or as I've stated in the past, Red 5 French in the PlayStation universe. Coming back with some more Spider-Man on the PS4, with a little ongoing series I've kind of accidentally stumbled into. But basically, I'm just talking and getting some practice in talking while playing video games. As I've stated in some of my other videos, I'm an old school guy. I grew up playing video games in the 80s. And so talking and playing video games is still pretty new to me. I just got a PlayStation a couple years ago, and this connecting your device to like your Twitter and YouTube accounts is even newer. So I've just been playing different video games that I have and that I am somewhat familiar with, I guess, the content of the game, being like Spider-Man. I did one on Mad Max. So just different things that I kind of grew up with and that I like and that I have video games on, and I'm just going to blab, blab, blab while I play. I love Spider-Man. I love the comic books. I love the movies. I love... My friend, when we went to go see the very first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, he was like, that was the funniest thing watching you watch that movie, because you were like... I was like in my 20s. But he was like, you look like you were 12. It's like your eyes were as wide as saucers, and your mouth was wide open the whole time. I probably bought a drink. I don't think I took a sip of my drink the entire time. Had any popcorn. I was just completely enthralled with that freaking movie.
All units, we have
I was gonna say, it's kind of quiet out here.
Location is in the vicinity of Devil's Shelf.
I've always loved the Spider-Man video games as well. To me, they've always been great games. I've only played like one or two that weren't great, but they weren't really Spider-Man titles either. They were kind of like just Marvel superhero titles that might have had Spider-Man in them. Let's see if I can't cut this guy off here. Is he going to come this way? Yep.
Well, at least you're not texting.
Oh, that was weird.
It's raining men.
Break check. Oh, look out, dude. Whoa. It's like the ghost from Ant-Man and Wasp just popped up. Uh-oh.
Reinforcements. I guess this is what they call organized crime.
Oh, I hate these big guys. I think I've mentioned that before in some of my videos. But they are the absolute worst. Ooh.
And we're done.
All right. That was a little sloppy, but
Drive straight.
all in all, not too bad. One of the very first Spider-Man games I ever had was the Spider-Man on the Sega Genesis back in like 1991, 92. And as I mentioned in my last video, that's kind of how I got introduced into this character, not really so much with the comic books. But I love that video game. Even back then, I feel like the Spider-Man games kind of like captured what it was like to just be a web slinger and to be a superhero very nicely. Although the web mechanics were a little weird, a lot of times you would find yourself just kind of like you'd be like on the highest point in the city and still shooting webs into the air and somehow finding a way to like stick to something, and I always thought that was just like, you know, like what am I even latching onto at this
without
point?
a seedy drug deal.
Execute one of my favorite moves here.
Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this. Shoot him already.
There we go. Try to use as much of the elements and the things around me as possible. Oh,
Let's kick it up a notch.
there we go. Let's go ahead and break this out real quick.
Recorded this.
Don't worry, Spider-Man. I'm recording it. Yeah, these big guys, I just cannot stand them. I don't know why they even put these things in the game. There we go. Ooh, a couple of, it's like what, 3 uppercuts to the back of the head?
Nothing puts a pep in my step like halting an illegal drug deal.
I don't think that guy's gonna be getting up and walking anytime soon. But yeah, the Spider-Man game on the Sega Genesis was also a lot of fun because it was not just like a fun game as far as Spider-Man goes, but it was really tricky. You had to figure out the difficulty settings in order to continue in the game and beat it. You couldn't just beat the game in easy mode. You had to, like, I think, put it on at least hard in order to progress further in the game. But then other Spider-Man games that came out afterwards have always been favorites of mine.
Reports a robbery in progress. Suspects armed. Reported location is near Lincoln.
The Dreamcast Spider-Man title was a game changer. The guest stars, the cinematic sequences were just amazing in that video game. Like the cutscenes, the animation. For that time. I mean, I'm sure now you look at it and it's like, oh my gosh, like what was so exciting about that?
Guys! Guns to the face is not proper consumer etiquette.
Open fire! This was a mistake!
Take out the garbage real quick. Nice little finishing move. Oh man, not more of these guys. Let me see that gun. Oh, it's got a dent in it. Here, you can have it back. One of my favorite lines. Excuse you. That was impolite. I was talking to your friend over here. Now, as I was saying. And the end.
Good old-fashioned holdup. Vintage crime stopping right there.
Whoa, look at the size of that rat. Did you see that? Where'd he go? Oh my gosh.
If I was a cop, I'd love me.
No, not the rat,
Anonymous
the bad
text,
guy.
easy arrest. Boom, job done.
Not the rodent, the bad guy. That rat. Oh yeah, but the Dreamcast title, as I was saying, was a huge game changer. The titles that came out on like GameCube is still some of my favorites. The Ultimate Spider-Man, very similar to this title in the fact that once you've kind of completed the main game, you can kind of just like free web around the city and fight crime and stuff like that. And as well as like there's lots of unlockables, I feel like, in that game as well. Hate to break up the party, guys, but
Ever hear a knocking?
This ain't even fair!
no, it's not. You can try.
This is gonna hurt.
You asked for it. Never touches the ground.
Oh, there's one more somewhere? Is it this guy? There's still somebody lit up. Where the, oh. What are you doing way over here, dude?
Look at it this way. If I'd actually let you break in, you'd be going away for a lot longer.
Did I like knock him over here somehow? And not kill him, or knock? I guess you don't kill anybody as Spider-Man, but not somehow finish him off, just like knocked him across the building. That's weird. Oh wait, wrong building. Yeah, this is what I want right here. The Oscorp hubs. These things are pretty cool. I don't know if I showed this in the last video. I can't remember. I don't think I did.
Possible drug deal in progress. Nearest unit approach with caution. Backup requested at port side. Please copy.
But this is always fun. Gets to be a little dark outside. Let's say you're going with a little dinner time web slinging, or perhaps you're just getting up first thing in the morning. I mean, I guess we could go with like sunrise. This could be sunrise or sunset, I suppose, if you really want to get technical about it. But just one of those aspects of the game here that just really kind of adds. I mean, look at that. Spider-Man swinging into this. Oh, that's just beautiful right there. And we'll go with something a little more dynamic as far as suits go. Let's see here. Something that'll really sparkle. I think we have a wiener. There we go. Beautiful. Yeah, the going back to the GameCube versions of the game, I'm pretty sure the Spider-Man, the first Tobey Maguire movie had a adaptation. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Sorry. Sorry down below there, guys. I didn't mean to web all over you. Ugh. Money shot. I thought there was a crime around here somewhere.
Sorry about that.
Local units, an assault was just reported. Be advised.
Sorry, ladies. Excuse me.
Report came in from near Ansonia. Over.
There we go.
I can't let him hurt that victim anymore. Is this the mosh pit? Great. You show him.
Beautiful. Now, I don't know if you noticed, right before...
I realize the irony in me saying this, but I hope you've learned not to hit people.
Oh, man. Now, oh, I'm sorry. That guy is dead. Like, ooh, he's really messed up. That's a serious drop. Mm. A lot of times, I've always thought that Spider-Man like just let some of these guys fly off the building, but I've seen in a few animations that there is a short animation where you can actually see the web cling to the side of the building, and if you look, a lot of the guys that get punched off the rooftops will actually be okay. Like, they will actually survive. And I don't think that was one of those cases. I think even though that guy didn't fall that far, that was a pretty brutal drop. He's at least paralyzed. I mean, yeah, he's going to be in the hospital with that guy, like, uppercutted in the back of the neck 3 times. Ooh.
I gotta stop that car.
You are endangering innocent lives. Don't make us use force. Don't make us use force. We're right over here. Go over before this gets worse for you. You didn't do anything wrong. You robbed the bodega, tied up the owner, and stole his vehicle.
I'm getting lit up over here, guys. Spidey sense is not working. There we go.
Young man, I will pull this car over right now.
Go Spider-Man. Shoot him.
This is where you get off.
Make sure to press down on the D-pad when battling.
Miss me?
Pressing down on the D-pad will help refuel your health bar while engaging the baddies.
More
And
of 'em?
speaking
Guys,
of the
if you worked
baddies,
this hard at a legit job, you wouldn't need to be criminals.
gosh.
Welcome to the air show.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's just really no way around those big guys. You just gotta web them up. Some of the other titles I enjoy playing, like I said, I think the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire had a GameCube title. Oh, that was really good. I know I played it on the PlayStation, maybe PlayStation 2. It was PlayStation 2. And then the Ultimate Spider-Man on GameCube, still one of my favorites. Like I said, very similar to this, and it's got more of a comic booky, like cell shade kind of a thing going on. Ooh.
Wild guess. Those guys breaking in don't live there. Wow, you all forgot your
I
keys?
was gonna say the same thing, Spider-Man. They all forgot their keys, dude.
Yeah, batter.
Boom. Little do-si-do, and around we go. It's like the kid from Mighty Ducks. Dwayne. Cowboy. You stand still. My turn.
Pro tip. If you're not good at breaking or entering, maybe don't pull a B&E.
True that. Words to live by. But yeah, the Ultimate Spider-Man was more a cell shady kind of a thing. You still go around New York a lot. Like the whole city's kind of opened up, like this one. But this to me is just so much more beautiful. You know, I've been to New York a couple of times, and I gotta say, I've never seen it from this angle. I don't know if I could actually see it from some of these angles that I would actually really want to. I'm terribly afraid of extreme heights. So this is fun for me. This is how I get my height kick on. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, I can't look over the ledge. Oh. Just go check it out.
Support your local businesses by not robbing them, please!
Ow! Bullets! My one weakness. Alright, now, I've had this game for quite a while now, almost a year, and, actually, no, a year. I've had this game about a year to date, actually. My wife bought this game for me when we returned from our honeymoon, after we got married. And we just celebrated our 1-year anniversary, so yeah, I've had this game about a year now, give or take a little bit. And I don't think I've ever seen the water come up out of the fire hydrant like that. That's something
Gotta be a special kind of
I don't
crazy
think
to
I've
rob a
ever,
storefront in the city Spider-Man protects.
I don't think I've ever seen before. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here
Mr.
now, I
Connors,
guess.
I'm going.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going. You got it, Spider-Man. You just said it. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like I said, I'm just trying to get some content out there on my YouTube channel with video games, and just trying to get used to playing video games and talking at the same time. Hope you've enjoyed listening to me blab a little bit. Didn't really give you any like solid facts about Spider-Man, but I do enjoy talking about Spider-Man and his video games and stuff. So anyway, until next time, guys, Excelsior, and thanks for again tuning in, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter for more little clips and snippets of video game action at RFA the Third. That's RFA the Third 3RD at Twitter. Take care, guys. See you next time.